Not long ago, engineers built artificial intelligence one specific task at a time: a chess player, a spam filter, a recommendation algorithm. Today, those separate tools have been largely replaced by massive, singular engines that power thousands of different applications at once. But the developers building your favorite apps don't actually build these core engines. They usually just rent access to them. That means they are forced to wire their software into a massive, opaque system without truly understanding the logic operating underneath it. And the asymmetry goes the other direction, too. The writers, artists, and everyday users who generated the oceans of data required to train these giant models have no visibility into whose intellectual property was consumed to make the machine work. Relying on a secret foundation means the entire tech ecosystem is built on a gamble that these companies are getting it right behind closed doors. European regulators have introduced a specific legal classification for these massive foundational engines. They are formally called General-Purpose AI Models, or GPAIs. This animated diagram visualizes the legal definition of a GPAI under Article 3 of the EU AI Act. The law identifies these models by three specific traits. They possess significant generality, they competently perform a wide range of distinct tasks, and crucially, they are explicitly designed to be integrated into a variety of downstream applications. On August 2, 2025, Chapter V of the EU AI Act takes full effect. From that point on, these foundational models can no longer legally operate in total secrecy. To protect the end user, regulators realize they can no longer limit their inspections to the surface-level app on your phone. They have to audit the deep software foundation it runs on. The legal mechanism engineered to cure this information asymmetry is Article 53. It imposes four specific obligations on the creators of GPAI models. First, model providers must maintain deep technical documentation covering exactly how their system was trained and evaluated. Second, they must supply downstream developers with clear information on capabilities and limits, so app builders know what the engine can handle. Instead of leaving downstream application developers to guess how the core functions, these two rules shift the burden of proof directly back upstream to the foundation's original creator. But resolving the technical asymmetry is only half the mandate. Article 53 also addresses the rights of creators and the public whose data fuels these engines. The third obligation forces providers to enforce a strict copyright policy. Specifically, they must deploy systems that identify and honor opt-out reservations. If a right holder flags their content to prevent data mining under European law, the AI model is barred from consuming it. Fourth, the model creator must publish a detailed, publicly accessible summary of the exact content datasets used to train the machine. An AI model can no longer hide its diet. Foundational engines are now legally obligated to admit exactly whose work they consumed to function. There is a specific legal carve-out for free and open source models. By making their underlying code entirely public, these models drop some of the regulatory weight. This matrix compares the requirements. For open source models, the strict internal technical documentation and the downstream integrator reporting are completely waived. However, the copyright policy and the public training summary requirements remain entirely in effect. There is also an ultimate legal failsafe. If an open source model grows powerful enough to carry a systemic risk to the European market, this partial exemption vanishes, and the full weight of Article 53 applies. Open source status is recognized as a technical flexibility, but it is never a free pass to ignore the rights of creators. The philosophy driving the AI Act's approach to foundational models is straightforward. You cannot ensure a building is structurally safe by merely inspecting the wallpaper. You have to inspect the concrete. By enforcing this mandate across its entire jurisdiction, Europe is forcing the architects of our most versatile digital tools to step into the light. The law now establishes a dual layer of protection. It shields the software developers building on top of the models, and it guards the authors and creators fueling them from the bottom. Ending the secrecy around these systems is the first step towards an AI ecosystem that is actually accountable to the developers who use it and the creators who fuel it.